Well, happy Sunday, everybody. This is a surprise live stream. And I think I just announced it a little while ago, maybe 15 minutes ago. I thought that considering that we're thinking about maybe going to Barnes and Noble today. So I thought I would hop on here a little bit and talk about Criterions and the Criterion sale. There's a Barnes and Noble sale happening. Um, I thought I would show a few. Hello, Jesse. Hopefully the audio is good. Just me today, but I thought I would talk a little bit about some of the criterions that are my favorites. I was looking at my shelf this morning. Well, the first thing I want to say too is that I thought this was going to be a surprise, but then it turns out I'm doing the live stream on the exact time that I usually do live streams on Sunday. So I guess it's a surprise, but not so much a surprise for me. But certainly in the chat, if you're in the chat, leave me a question, a comment. Thanks, Jesse, for that. I really appreciate that. So I think we're thinking about Sculder22. Hello, how are you? I'm just talking about Criterion. Big surprise here today. I'm thinking about maybe going to Barnes and Noble. Of course, the sale goes on all month. I think from the 4th to the end of the month, the 28th, I think. So I'm really thinking about what I'm planning to get. And so if you're watching this video later, let me know if you're planning to participate in the sale at all. So I picked a few titles, but then as I was looking at my shelf this morning, I thought to myself, I really could show all of these. I love all of these movies. But I did pick a few that I liked. I'm going to start showing these, but certainly if you have a question in the chat, let me know. Let me know if you're planning to participate in the sale. That's going to be going on all month at Barnes and Noble. I started to fill up my cart too at the Barnes and Noble website. I usually place an order online, and then Jesse and I usually go to the store once or twice during the month because it's kind of fun to go to the store. We don't really go to too many stores at this point. But the first one I'm going to show is one of my absolute favorites. And I was thinking this morning too, what is a Criterion that I wish I could buy over and over again because I love it so much? And the first one is this one, The Art Life, David Lynch, The Art Life. And there's a little bit of glare today, so I'm just going to turn these a little bit. This is spine number 895. And Scalder, I see as an international collector, you're ordering from Amazon. I think Amazon is doing some great price matching at this point too, so you might be able to do that. I have a wish list on Amazon that I keep up to date with new suggestions and things I'm looking for, and I was looking at that yesterday, and I noticed that a lot of the prices had come down to 50% off. So let me know also what you ordered. You said you placed an order a couple days ago. Let me know what you ordered. If you have any recommendations, that'd be great too. But this one, I've had this one for a while, and I watch this one a couple times a year. I just love it. I love David Lynch. David Lynch is one of my favorite directors, one of my favorite people. And if you're on Twitter, or no, I'm sorry, if you're on YouTube, but I know this is also shared on Twitter, he does these great weather reports that I really like. So there's the back of that one. This is a documentary from John Nguyen, Rick Barnes, and Olivia Neergaard-Holm. And I really like it a lot. It really shows the personality of Lynch. Not that we didn't know. Anybody that's familiar with Lynch's movies, he's very unique, very creative. But this showcases a lot of his artwork and a lot of what he does when he's not doing film work. So I thought it was really interesting. And there's a new interview with the co-director John Nguyen on here as well. But I just love this one, and if I could buy this one over and over again, I would. If you're a David Lynch fan, highly recommend it. 181 and beyond. Thanks for joining today. Placed my stupidly big order as soon as I woke up on the 4th. I guess I should have done that too, but I haven't done it yet. Closest Barnes & Noble is an hour and 40 minutes away. I think that's probably it's about an hour for me as my Barnes & Noble, which wouldn't be a problem if my my work schedule synced up to go this particular go around. Yeah, so that's why I noticed too online that there were a lot of items that I wanted that I could get online, but not in the store. So I thought, why would I go to the store? But I do like to get out once in a while too. So let me know what you picked up, or if there's anything that you're really excited about, let me know in the comments too. So that's one that I like. Again, I have a stack here. Um, I've talked about this one, I think, on the channel before, but I'm really, as the holidays approach, I really like uh, musicals, lighter movies, mystery films, and this is one I was thinking of. This is a film by George Stevens. This is Swing Time, and I love Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers. This is a great movie. George Stevens, and this is spine number 979. And there's the back of that one. Again, I'm just kind of angling these a little bit, so if you wanted to look later, you can, so you can see the extra features. This movie is from 1936. It's 103 minutes in black and white, and really great. There's archival interviews on this one, a new interview with George Stevens Jr. So this is a great movie if you like dance numbers. Fred Astaire in particular, Ginger Rogers. Love this movie. One of my favorites from the Criterion collection. This is probably another one. If I could buy it over and over again, I would do that. Skulder 22, the Internal Affairs trilogy box set. That sounds great. Straw Dogs. I have Straw Dogs as well. That's a great movie. Arsenic and Old Lace, which I just picked up, and Buck and the Preacher is on my list. I don't have that one yet, but that's on my list to pick up. And maybe if I go today, I will look for that one because that's one of the ones I'd like to pick up. That's great. Those are a lot of great movies. Let's see what else I have here. Speaking of George Stevens, I guess this one was just next in the stack here. This is another one that I really like a lot. This is Woman of the Year with Spencer Tracy, Katharine Hepburn. I love the artwork on this one. This is, again, another one I think I would pick up. Highly recommend it. It's a great movie. Cool to see Spencer Tracy and Katharine Hepburn together as always. They have such on-screen chemistry is what they have. But this is really great. There's the features there, some interviews on the back, or interviews included here. This is a movie from 1942. It's 114 minutes in black and white, and it is spine number 867. So I really like this one a lot. I really like this one. Again, really into older movies lately for some reason. So I'm watching a lot of these, and this one I've seen before, of course. But thanks for all the comments too. This is great. We both put 3 days of thought into a list. I think I have my running list. I don't know that I put 3 days worth of thought. That's great to put a thought into a list, and ordered 41 titles. Oh my goodness. That are half me and half her. One box set we agreed on, and a bunch of new November releases, which were put on the list by default. Which one of the box sets did you get? Because again, this is a sale time. Is a great time to pick up a box set if you can. And if you do a video, that would be great. So much excitement around these sales. And I know I made a video a while back about Criterion and how they're doing as a company. Again, I'm not associated with Criterion at all, but I know they had some layoffs, and so I was talking about the fact that it's nice to buy something when it's not part of a sale too, right? So I'm really looking for those titles I can pick up that are off sale, but we're in the middle of a sale, so it's great to add some to the collection. The next one I have here is, I don't think I've talked about this one a lot. I love Laurence Olivier, so this is Richard III. I think has one of the most definitive versions of Richard III. There's been a few of them, I believe, but I really like this. Produced and directed by Laurence Olivier. Really love this version of the movie. Lots of extras on this one. I really missed out. This is one of my items that I missed out on a while back, but there was a box set of all of these plays, and Hamlet was in there, Richard III, and Henry V. And I missed out on that. And I was watching Hamlet, I think, about 6 months ago, and then really started getting into watching these. But this is a film version of the play from 1955, 158 minutes. It is, I'm just reading all the spine numbers here too, 213. And this has audio commentaries on it. It has an interview with Olivier, which I love watching Olivier talk about his process. There's a really great interview on this release. 12-minute television trailer, gallery behind the scenes, and production stills and posters. And I'll just open this one up too. Let's see. There's some of the, again, with Criterion, you're getting all this great artwork as well. Very, very well done. Most often, there's a booklet in here with an essay or a group of essays. So really, really great, amazing releases. And if you can get them at a discounted price, it's really good to do. The Fellini set, I love that. I love the Fellini set, Internal Affairs, because it's new. I wonder if you're interested. I wonder if I know the Lars von Trier set was up for pre-order. I didn't pre-order that, but I'm interested in getting that. Fellini is What We Chose Together, and then it's Wong Kar-wai, which I still need to pick up that box set too. I have the Bruce Lee set, I have the Bergman set, Fellini set, the Godzilla set, and I'm going to show one other set here today. In fact, maybe I'll talk about that one right now. This is another one of my favorite sets. I think as I was pulling some of these titles today too, I'm picking some things that I got, at the very beginning of starting my Criterion collection. And this is one of those. This is the Lost and Found BBS story set. Really beautifully done set with so many great movies in it. Head, Easy Rider, Five Easy Pieces, Drive, He Said, A Safe Place, The Last Picture Show, and The King of Marvin Gardens. So there's that one. And there's the back of that. I'm just going to, again, show these things too. I love this set. This is an amazing set. 6-disc Blu-ray special edition features, lots of extra features on this one. You can see all the movies listed here on the side. I'm not showing the right side here, right over here on the side. But I really love this set. And Easy Rider and Five Easy Pieces. I mean, there's so many great, The King of Marvin Gardens. There's so many great movies in this. And you can see here they're listed. These in particular too, I get a little particular with the spine numbers, and some of the box sets don't all have sequential spine numbers, but this one does. So you get 544, 545, 46, 47, 48, 49, and then you get a booklet also on the end here. So so this is I highly recommend this set. If you can find this one, it's a really, really good. And that's one of the sets that, again, during a sale, it's so great to pick up a set. It's just awesome to do. So Lars von Trier, yes, 181 and Beyond. Absolute favorite filmmaker of all time. I think that's the set that I'm really excited about. I'm excited about picking up the in terms of pre-orders. I like the Velvet Underground documentary from Todd Haynes. That's one that I'm going to pick up. I saw that earlier this year and really, really liked it a lot. I'm excited to see extra features. I love Todd Haynes. I'm glad there's another film of his in the collection. So I'm excited about that. But this is another set that I'm really excited to get. So last month you got Love and Basketball. Great. I don't have that title, but that sounds great. GA, welcome. This is a little bit of a surprise today because, I mean, it's a surprise, I think, for everybody, not a surprise for me because this is typically when I go live on a Sunday. Regarding the Barnes & Noble sale, unless you're particularly loyal to them, Amazon is matching them on most titles and shipping is free with Prime. Totally agree on this too, if you can do it. I think for me, I like going to Barnes & Noble because I don't really get out that much. And so it's nice to go to a store and look around and really see the titles, pick up some things. But I did notice on the website when I was looking and filling up my cart yesterday, I did notice that some of the titles are only available online. So I'm probably going to do an online order, and then I will do, I might go to the store. Again, it's just a nice little trip to go to Barnes & Noble. So, yeah, it's a really great set. GA, highly recommended. One of the first sets that I picked up, and I really love it. So, great. Again, I'm just showing some things randomly here today. I'm trying to show some things too that I didn't show, except for the Art Life. I think most of these are new and I haven't really talked about them too much. One of my favorite Wes Anderson movies is this one, The Royal Tenenbaums, and I love the artwork on this one. And so there's the front of that. This is spine number 157. Again, really, really well done from the Criterion Collection. There's the back of that. And it is spine number, I already said 157. And this is from the films from 2001. I remember seeing this one in the theater as well. But I love how everything's really designed on the back too, just to kind of go along with the whole concept for the release, I think is really great. Even the typeface on the back there, which is very cool. And I'll open this one up as well. Love the chapters here. And there's that. Love this movie. It's probably up there, my top 3 Wes Anderson movies, along with Darjeeling Limited, I think is up there as well. Jordan, hello. I got way too much on Friday from Barnes & Noble. What did you pick up? Let me know what you picked up. If you have any recommendations, that would be great. If you're watching this video later too, let me know what you picked up. And I'm always looking for great recommendations. Hello, Bridget. Welcome. I'm just showing a few of these titles that I have. And again, I'm hoping maybe I'll go a little bit later to Barnes & Noble. Um, Over the past few months, I've been interested in Stanley Kubrick a little bit more. I've seen a lot of these films over and over again, but I thought I'd just show this one. This is one of the first ones I picked up as well, Paths of Glory. Really interesting movie, and I love this film. Kirk Douglas, amazing in this movie. It's um, There's the back of that. I'll just show the back of that one. This is by number 538 from the Criterion Collection, and this movie is from 1957, 88 minutes, black and white. Kirk Douglas, amazing in this one. And of course, I'm a big Stanley Kubrick fan anyway. And this has television interviews with Kirk Douglas, new video interviews with Kubrick's longtime executive producer, Jan Harlan, Paths of Glory producer, James B. Harris, and actress Christiane Kubrick. So anyway, this is really great. One of the first Criterions I think I picked up. Love it. Again, this is not a light film by any means, but it is I think one of his best ones. So a Gene Hackman film. I know. Can you believe Gene Hackman? Of course, Gene Hackman retired now, I think, from acting, but I keep seeing photos of him. And I'm just glad that he's around still. I think he's an amazing actor. I just love Gene Hackman. Could watch him in anything. I could watch him read the phone book and it would be fine. Since they don't have phone books anymore, probably. Paths of Glory. Yeah, I love the movie. Jordan Berlin, Alexanderplatz. Being There is one of my favorite movies. I've talked about this before on the channel, huge Peter Sellers fan. And Being There, I think, is a masterpiece. I love Hal Ashby. War of the Worlds is great. The Wong Kar-wai set, it seems like I need to get that. The Buñuel set, love that. Decalogue is great too. And I was just looking at the cover art for that and realizing I need to watch that again. The Red Shoes 4K and The Vanishing. I think The Vanishing is on my list. That's a great one. Paths of Glory, great, far ahead of its time. I totally agree. Unusually sentimental ending for Kubrick featuring his wife. Yeah, agreed on that. Yeah, Paths of Glory, highly recommend it. Again, I love Kubrick. Dr. Strangelove I watched recently and was watching, I think last year I was watching 2001 again. I hadn't watched it in many years. And what an amazing film that is. So many great films. Thanks for all the comments, by the way, too. Again, this is a bit of a surprise today. I was thinking about Hitchcock also. I love Hitchcock, and there was an online class a few years ago that I took on Hitchcock, and really went through all of his movies from silent films, all the way to the end, and I really enjoyed it. So I really got into Hitchcock at that point. But I love how Criterion has been releasing many of the Hitchcock movies. Of course, they released some of the early ones as well. The Lodger being one of those, but I thought I'd pull this one. I love the cover art for this one too. Notorious. This references a great scene in the movie. Also, this cover here, if you know the film. And there's the back of that one. Again, I'm holding these a little bit of an angle so you don't get a lot of glare. So I can reduce the glare here a little bit. Lots of extra features on this one. This one is spine number 130. Let's see, 137. Right there, and this is from 1946 in black and white. Lots of extra features. I love learning about Hitchcock, knowing about his process, how he worked as a director, as an artist. Peter Bogdanovich, of course, associated with Hitchcock. So there's a filmmakers. Peter Bogdanovich, Claude Chabrol, and Stephen Frears talking about him on this. And that's the Notorious, a 2009 documentary about the film featuring actor Isabella Rossellini, new scene analysis and things like that. Let's see. This is just an amazing movie. Love the presentation. Highly recommended. Of course, Hitchcock well represented in the Criterion Collection. We would love to see more, but this is a great one. The Vanishing. I think The Vanishing is on my list, so I will pick that one up for sure. Insomnia is also on my list. Thomas, hello, welcome. Talking about the Criterion, the Barnes & Noble Criterion sale. From Georgia, welcome. Being There is really is a masterpiece. I totally agree. I was planning to do a video about Being There because I like Peter Sellers so much, and Hal Ashby, of course, too. I feel like Peter Sellers really talked about how this was one of his favorite roles, and I feel like he really almost played himself. He was sort of a blank personality that people were projecting on through the film. I might still make a video on this because like I said, I love Hal Ashby, and there's a good chance I'll go through a lot of the Hal Ashby films in the coming months as well. Um, the ending settled it for me. I just started like uncontrollably sobbing. Yeah, the ending is really unique, and I know there's an alternate ending on the release as well. I also love the outtakes at the end. I think are really interesting that Hal Ashby included those as well. But yeah, one of my favorite endings. Also, so many things to say about that movie. But it's just a masterpiece, I think, in my humble opinion. Um, the 4K of Blowout, I think it's De Palma's best film. Funny that you mentioned that because I did pull Blowout. I'm also a huge De Palma fan. I have the Blu-ray, so I think I'm good with the Blu-ray. Unless you think differently, GA, let me know if you think the 4K. I mean, I'm sure 4K, anything 4K is going to be a little step above the Blu-ray, but for me, the Blu-ray is totally fine. This one is. There's the features on that one. This is spine number 562 from the Criterion Collection. And this is one of my favorite Brian De Palma movies from 1981, 108 minutes. So I really like this one. I really like this one a lot. And I'm not sure whether, like I said, I'm not sure whether I'm going to upgrade these. I feel like the Blu-ray is fine for me. But again, GA, let me know in the comments if you think that's worth it, or just anyone, let me know for sure. The recent Stephen, thanks for joining. The recent Criterion flash sale took some of the steam out of the November sale. Very true for me. But I did intend on picking up Drive My Car. I'd love to get that Malcolm X also. Would love to get that one and a few other titles. So I'm really interested to see what is going to be at my Barnes and Noble today or through the month, because every time I go, it seems like they have less and less. And again, for me, my Barnes and Noble is about an hour away, so it's a bit of a drive there. Skulder, what did you pick up? A few other Peter Sellers films. I've been watching everything. In fact, I was just watching Pink Panther clips on Twitter today, I think, or something like that. I love the Pink Panther movies. I don't know why. I just love his slapstick approach, along with Blake Edwards as well. Eddie, welcome. First time joining one of my live streams. Welcome. This is kind of a surprise one. Sometimes I schedule them. I haven't been doing as many, but maybe I'll do a few more in the coming months. Let me know. Yes, please let me know if you see a big difference. I see some differences in 4Ks now and again, but I feel like I'm okay with that version. Jordan, I have a DVD of Blowout, and that it was so bad I had to upgrade to 4K. Well, if you have to upgrade to 4K, you have to go. Sometimes if you have a DVD, like I said, sometimes the best price is going to a 4K, on some titles. But I think that's a great reason to upgrade for sure. So great comments here, by the way. So thanks for everyone commenting. I watched Harold and Maude for the first time a few months ago. Loved it. Led me to buying Being There. Inspired me to buy Shampoo. I have Shampoo as well. Coming Home is a great, again, not, it's very serious movie. There's also a great documentary, not a Criterion, called Hal, which was on Prime for a while, but I have a Blu-ray copy of that. Highly recommend that if you're into Hal Ashby movies. It's a documentary that talks about Hal Ashby as an editor as well. He worked on, I believe, In the Heat of the Night as an editor, and that's kind of how he got started. So that's where a lot of his experience comes from, but just an amazing director. Chris, hello, and thanks again, Chris. Really appreciate all the great comments and everyone leaving comments on my videos on this channel. I really do appreciate it. But Chris, I know you often leave a very detailed comment, and I really do appreciate that. It's awesome. Let's see. I'm not sure I know what this is, but if you want to clarify it, I'll be happy to answer that too. Eddie said you picked up La Llorona, Eve's Bayou, Dreams, and Cure. Yes, those are great great movies. And you know, I realize even through every sale that my wish list continues to grow, and which I would expect it to as well. I'm also interested in getting the Wally. Let me know in the comments if you're planning to pick up Wally. So I'm waiting for that one. That was a pre-order too. Uh, Upgraded to a 4K TV. I do have one 4K TV. It's a Roku TV, and I just love it. It's just great. Being There is great. Ashby filmography is largely ignored by many film buffs. Being There is one of his best. Not a big fan of McClane though. Yeah, I totally agree on that. I mean, I guess she didn't. I was more focused on Peter Sellers, so I didn't really. She didn't really bother me that much in the movie, and I think it was probably unusual working with Sellers at that point in his career. Um, and there's one scene in the bedroom, I think, where Shirley MacLaine, I think, you know, is feeling like she's more connected to Peter Sellers. Peter Sellers, of course, somewhat oblivious, which is a really kind of strange film, but I think she did it. It's a strange scene, but I think she pulled it off really well. So she doesn't really bother me that much in the movie. But Jordan, I'm trying to use the flash sale on Criterion site as a chance to buy the box sets. Totally agree, and get more loyalty points, and use the Barnes and Noble sale to catch up on individual releases. That's a great strategy too. Very, very good strategy. The Criterion sale is always good for picking up a box set, as I mentioned before. And I picked up a lot of the sets through that. I have the Bergman set. Highly recommend the Bergman set if you don't have that already. So that's another one that's one of my favorites. I've been through all the Bergman films in the curated order, and it's probably one of the best film journeys that I've ever had in my life, just studying movies. Films and Stuff Cure is fantastic. Again, I haven't seen that. Oh, Fast and Furious 9. I haven't really gotten into the Fast and Furious movies. I may have seen one of them. But that's an area that I have not seen those movies. You've got the Fast and Furious collection on Blu-ray. Yeah. You know, it's nice again, you know, this is true I think for any films that I may have missed. Sometimes they come out in a collection and I can pick it up really inexpensively and go through all the movies, which is great. Hello, sir. I love your channel. Mid-Level Media, welcome. And of course, we're talking about the Criterion sale, but welcome. Happy Sunday to you. Hope you're doing well as well. And thanks for joining today. I really appreciate it. And if you haven't checked out Mid-Level Media's channel, head on over there and subscribe and watch his videos. Amazing, amazing videos and live streams over there. Mary, hello. Welcome. Let's see. Peter Sellers Films, The Blockhouse, Indicator. I just picked up Hoffman, I think, from Indicator, which I haven't posted my sale haul on that. The Wrong Arm of the Law and I'm All Right, Jack, both from Studio Canal. Isn't there a Sculptor 22? Isn't there a set? Is this? Are these all in the? I thought there was a set that had The Wrong Arm of the Law and I'm All Right, Jack, which I was thinking about picking up. Let's see. I have a couple more here. One of them is I'm thinking about doing a rewatch of Antonioni films, and so this is one that I really like a lot. That kind of got me into Antonioni, and this is La Ventura. And again, love the photograph here on the front, the cover art, really, really great. Let's see. I'm trying to get the better angle here so you can kind of see some of the extra features. This is a movie from 1960. It is in Italian with English subtitles, and it is spine number 98 from the Criterion Collection. This has a lot of extra features on it, but this is I really have to be in the mood for Antonioni, but I really like this movie a lot, and it's really a trilogy. So I'm planning to rewatch these and maybe make a few videos on them. But this movie concerns the enigmatic disappearance of a young woman during a yachting trip off the coast of Sicily and the search taken up by her lover and best friend. Really, really great movie, and highly recommend it. And one of my favorites from the Criterion Collection for sure. This has writings by director Antonioni, read by actor Jack Nicholson, plus Nicholson's personal recollections of the director, which is awesome. Audio commentary new 4K digital restoration, etc. So this is one I recommend. Let's see. So let me know if you're planning to participate in the sale too. Again, if you're in the chat or if you're watching this video later, let me know if you're planning to participate. Like I said earlier, I'm thinking I'm going to place 1 or 2 online orders and might go to the store, and it might be today is what I'm thinking. What I'm thinking about. Jordan, I know mentioned trying to get into Antonioni. Blow Up. Yes, I have Blow Up as well, which I need to watch. One final one that I have, and I had kind of a big stack here too, but this is one that I am planning to rewatch. It's not, again, well, I'll just show it here. Make Way for Tomorrow, which is a film by Leo McCarey. And this movie is from 1957. It's 92 minutes in black and white. It is spy number 505 from the Criterion Collection. And I love this movie. It's a Depression era depiction of the frustrations of family aging and the generation gap. But it was also an inspiration for Ozu's Tokyo Story as well. But I love this film. It's a very quiet movie, and I really, really like it a lot. This has a 2009 interview with Peter Bogdanovich about the career of director Leo McCarey and Make Way for Tomorrow. Interview from 2009 with critic Gary Giddens about McCarey's artistry and the political and social context of the movie. Anyway, I really love this movie a lot. It's a very serious film, but very poignant, very, very well done, and highly recommend it. Let's see, just going back to the comments here. Landlord, I have Landlord as well, which is great. And GA also, don't mean to change the subject, but I think it's worth mentioning that Sight and Sound is announcing its once every 10-year selection of the top 100 movies in its December issue. Oh, that's great. That's great to know. I'm glad you mentioned that. Which director would you like Criterion to dedicate a box set to? I'm going to say, just off the top of my head, I would love to see a director set for Adam Agoyan, who's a Canadian director. They just released his movie Exotica for the Criterion Collection. Would love to see a box set there. I'd love to see a Kelly Reichardt box set. I think she's an amazing director, and there's a few of her films represented in the Criterion Collection. Certain Women and Old Joy, but there's a lot of other movies like Wendy and Lucy as an example that I think they could include in a box set, as well as some of her earlier movies. Exotica is one of my favorites, and they just released it on the Criterion Collection, and I don't think I didn't pull that one for today, but it's a great movie. In fact, let me go grab that right now. Hang on one second. I'll be right back. Here we go, Exotica. There's Exotica. Love the artwork on this one, and really, really great. I'm so happy that Adam Agoyan is included now in the Criterion Collection. This has some extra features on it, lots of extra features, director approved. So I'm hoping that there's going to be more from Adam Agoyan in the collection. This one is one of the later spy numbers. It's 1150, and it's a film from 1994, 103 minutes. Really amazing. This movie to me is almost like a puzzle. And it's one of the things I like about Agoyan is he really builds this kind of mystery and a puzzle in the movies. And this is a great one. But I would love to see a movie like The Sweet Hereafter, or some of his other earlier films. There's a film called Calendar, which I think is on this movie. This Calendar, the 1993 feature film, is on this release with a new introduction too. So I'm hoping there's going to be more there. I have a Region B Blu-ray set of Adam Agoyan movies, and so I would love to see that. Beautiful artwork. Yes, I totally agree on that. GA. Thomas, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Again, wanted to just kind of come on here quickly, but happy to answer any questions. I'll stick around for a little while longer. Stephen was saying, I picked up Exotic and the Flash and look forward to viewing it. Yeah, let me know again in any of the comments. Let me know when you watch those. Let me know what you think of that movie. I really like it a lot. I think it's great. And I was watching it recently and just really enjoying the puzzle of the movie. It really kind of puts the pieces together as you're watching it. Uh, I quite like my Tarkovsky from Curzon. Surprised Criterion haven't done one yet for him. That would be great too. And I have individual releases from Tarkovsky, but again, great to see a box set if possible. That would be awesome. Um, totally agree. I love Tarkovsky. I'm glad you brought that up too. And of course, I have Solaris, and I have I think most, if not all, of his movies on Criterion. So Uh, have 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 I seen It's a Wonderful Life on 4K? I do have the 4K release of It's a Wonderful Life, and I absolutely love it. It's great. Um, so let me know if you have any other questions. I'm just really excited about the sale, and wasn't necessarily planning to do a live video today, but I'm glad I did. And it's great. All the comments are just amazing. If you're watching the video later, to leave me a comment and let me know what you picked up. I'll probably do a haul video or a couple of haul videos for my Criterion picks. I'm excited about the holidays as well, so I'm sure there'll be lots of holiday viewing. Um, but if there's any final questions, let me know. As I mentioned before, my Barnes and Noble is a little it's a little bit over an hour away, so I'm planning to probably do an online order and then maybe a couple of trips to the store. My wife loves reading, so there's lots of reasons to go to Barnes and Noble. Um, and as she mentions too, there is a Tarkovsky film study series on the channel, which I went through all the Tarkovsky movies based on the BFI list, and kind of went through those. And that was a really good entry point. I think the first film on that list is Stalker, which I have also from the Criterion Collection. So if you're starting off with Tarkovsky, that's a good place to start. The movies are very complex and very dense in terms of content, visuals, but I really love the movies, and so I have a detailed explanation of each of the movies on the channel as well. The weather here is very hot, as you can see. I'm sweating a little today because it's so hot here. I can't believe it. I'm on the East Coast of the U.S., and so I was expecting winter at this point, but I'm happy to have any weather at all. It's really hard to find female directors with a huge backlog of stuff, but it'd be cool to see a Lynn Ramsey set. So I am on the East Coast. If there's any other questions, or let me know, and I'll probably exit at this point and go visit my local Barnes & Noble. I think that's really what I'm planning to do now. So especially with all the warm weather here. Thanks for joining me today. I really appreciate it. If you're watching this video later, like I said, leave me a comment. GA, the best, off the top of my head, what's your best pick as movie? What's your pick as best movie of all top time? Sight and Sound picked Vertigo. Oh, that's a great movie. Very curious to see what they decide in December. I can't pick one. Those are really hard. It's really hard to pick favorites. And I have Letterboxd, and so the link for my Letterboxd is in the description of most of my videos. If you go there, you'll see exactly what I'm watching every day. And I have my top 4 films on there are Jaws, Rear Window, It's a Wonderful Life, and The Godfather. Those are the top 4. I think you can only pick 4 of those. I don't think since I've started my Letterboxd account, I don't think I've changed those. And of course, favorites can come and go. Those are just the ones I think are, the ones that I've enjoyed the most over the years. But there's so many great movies. It's really hard to pick. Please feel free to follow me on Letterboxd. Like I said, you can see a lot of the films I watch. I watch a lot of silly films too. I know I talk about Criterion a lot, but sometimes I just need something lighter. Thanks for joining today. Really appreciate it, Thomas. Let's see. This is a great question, Stephen. I often make blind buys during the sale. What is my favorite one? Let me think about this for a moment. My favorite blind buy. Let's see. That's a good question. Most of the films I've done a little bit of research on before I get them. I don't think there's been, at least not one that's coming to mind, that I picked up. I'm just trying to see if there's anything maybe in the stack that I picked up maybe that I didn't really know about. I guess Make Way for Tomorrow I didn't really know that much about. I had read about it. It had been recommended, but Make Way for Tomorrow is one of the ones um, that I didn't really know that much about, and I'm so happy I picked it up. It's an amazing movie and one of my favorites. Yes, I am. I'm Cinema Dave on Letterboxd, and there's a link in my description of most of the videos too. Um, I think I missed one other comment. Sorry if this has already been asked, but do you think Criterion will do more big films after Wall-E and having to make cuts? Also, what big films would you like to see? Mine would be 4K Armageddon. Um, it's really hard to tell. As I said before, I'm not associated with Criterion in any way, but I think it would be nice to see, more of a partnership on other movies. Like they partnered with Disney for Wall-E. I don't know if it's a one-time thing or not, but I think it'd be great to see more partnerships like that. I'm assuming that producing this content and producing physical media is really taking a toll on a lot of companies these days, and so I'm sure that's part of the reason why. And again, this is just a speculation as to why they had to let some folks go, which is always a sad thing to see. And also just the effort that goes into producing special content, printing booklets, etc. When a lot of the world is going streaming right now. I have streaming services as well, including the Criterion channel also, which helps me preview lots of the titles. And I understand the need for that, but I love my physical media collection. I love having some flexibility on watching movies when I want, ones that may not be streaming anywhere. So maybe they're seeing that more people are participating in the Criterion channel, so maybe they don't want to produce as many titles. They also produce a lot of titles for every month, and so maybe there's a burden on that. Maybe they'll start to produce less of those things, which I love Criterion. I love what they do. So I'm hoping that things will continue there. So hopefully that answers the question. Yeah, the socials. Thanks, Jesse, for that. Appreciate that. And then all all that jazz is a great movie. Love that movie. I have that movie, which I had seen before I picked it up. But it's a great film. My favorite Criterion I hadn't seen nor did I know much about was the Before trilogy. Love Richard Linklater, and I love that trilogy as well. It's a great one. So anyway, I think I will end here, but thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. This was a bit of a surprise, even though most of the time I go live on Sunday. I'm hoping to do some more live videos near the end of the year. Let me know too in the comments if you want to see something, in particular on the channel. Let me know as always. But thanks so much for joining today. I really appreciate it. Love all of the comments and questions. It just means a lot to me. So thanks so much, and safe travels also to you, Jordan. And I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to pick up a few things. GA, the next video. Films I'm ashamed I have not seen. I think there's a long list of those that I haven't seen. So thanks for that. Thanks for joining today, and I'll talk with everyone later. Thanks so much, everybody.